Hey everybody, welcome back to another recap of Love During Lockup. This week's title is Free Candice, which I guess. Um, do you want to start with them anyway?
Yeah, because they bore me.
Okay. So, last time we chatted, Quiznos Rat was standing
Nice.
outside the Fed building, waiting for Candace's release.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets out, so yay for her, and she looks nothing like any of the pictures they
I
showcased.
said the same thing.
I was like, who is this person?
Canfish.
You know? Yes.
She's also
She
not
looked like
100% white.
no, she's not. I was about to say she's like a Latina Britney of like Marcelino and Britney.
I think she has some indigenous blood.
Yeah, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not all the way Blanquito, you know?
No. Think she culturally she is.
Yeah, sure. It's also Vegas, so I
Yeah.
feel like, yeah. So
Culture.
anywho, I feel like she's in here for the long haul because she has her own personal confesh. She lets us know from the early ages she was into street racing and running from the cops.
Yeah.
Mood.
Yeah.
Mama got 3 felonies in various Fast and Furious crimes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but she said, Quiznos Rat saved her. When she was a wretch. She
Mm-hmm.
was once lost, but now she's found.
I was a
Was blind,
wandering
but now she
wench,
sees.
but he rescued me out
Yes,
the forest.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and her the love that she has for him is endless, and that is a quote from her. Yeah. So, anywho, before she gets anything, she's like, "I need a cigarette."
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he was like, before I give you a cigarette, I'm gonna extort you." No, I'm kidding. um, he proposes. Same
Oh my
thing.
god,
He
yeah.
proposes to her on the side of a truck, and I was like, you know what? This isn't the most wild thing we have seen on a truck. And I thought about you and your rant about how you need to surprise us with new shit because we saw a nigga get married
I
on
want
a
y'all to
truck
be
bed.
fucking in nostrils. Like I need
Yeah,
something fresh and new on this show.
yeah. I was like, proposing on the side of a pickup truck is light work, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Hmm.
But anywho, he says the most wild thing that I have ever heard on this show. So he gets down on,
Surprise us.
yeah, he gets down on his hind legs and he
Uh-huh.
tells us, you know, her mother, her mother
Oh my
came to
god.
him in a dream because apparently she's either dead or a witch,
Yeah.
and was like, he promised her mama's effigy in his dream that he would take care of her.
I said that's not her mother. That came.
No.
That's her mother. That was not her mother who came to you. This is about to be
Mm-mm.
a wild ride.
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is a demon spirit.
Yeah, this is not because
This is
then
sleep paralysis.
remember I gave you all the disclaimer earlier on. I was no, not me, but I said she's giving us a disclaimer, basically letting us know in between the lines that she has no interest in showing this nigga any affection. She's gonna end up
Yeah.
sleeping in a separate room. She's happy for all the things he does for her, and she's gonna find a way to gracefully bow out of this by letting us know that she is anxious and all of the things that she told us over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she is starting to put that plan into act. She started putting a plan then,
On the side
but
of the pickup truck.
she's still playing because she's like, I'm anxious about showing affection. I said, there it goes. There it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. because she is not into him at all.
At all. She's just not that into you.
No, but apparently she has to go check into a halfway house to complete her program.
Yeah.
You know, and if she doesn't complete the program, she gets back in the clinker.
Yeah.
But you know, she's supposed to be at this place for like 30 days before being released, and then they even still aren't sure if she's gonna be able to be released to this crib that he got for her. This is unbeknownst to him, and so he's kind of a little bummed about it, and he got to go check her in before 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And we also learn that she never asked him for any money. He just started giving her money.
That tracks.
Yeah. And I was like, and my note says he is whipped.
Yeah.
Like he is, I feel like, I know that when Mandy came on here many moons ago, she talked about that kink that for people who have a thing for people in prison. Oh, but I also think like a lot of other people have like that could be tied into like financial domination.
The need to be needed,
or sometimes even an embarrassment kink, like what we'll talk about with the gays. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot more like psychosexual subcontext here.
Hybristophilia.
Hybristophilia, there it is, right? Yeah. And I feel like for him to just, it's very difficult for me to be this giving and free when you got a kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like all this money that you have provided could have gone into some little child's college fund. What is it, 509 or whatever it's called?
Yep. And but you went and bought all of a Bob's furniture, discount furniture, and drove it across the country. And
not even Bob's. He went to Jerome's.
Yeah. And a brand new pickup truck for the girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, this is very similar to Bubblegum Gutierrez. You know.
But she's got one of the greatest come ups actually. Like,
yeah, she did.
Because that nigga's not hiding. This one here is not hiding anything. He ain't got nothing to hide. But she's got one of the that I will give them. We've been watching this a long time, and she might have the best come up, literally like straight out the gate.
Yeah, she's been set up.
Yeah.
But that was them. Where do you want to go next?
Nobody was like, it was like one of those episodes. Let's do Rudy Huxtable and Big Brother.
The Truman Show. Yeah. Me and her daughter had the exact same thought.
Ancestor child Cheyenne is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, the scene opens with Tenny Huxtable saying, "You know I love you, right?" to her kids. And her daughter was like, "Oh, the bullshit's about to commence."
Yep. Yep.
You know. Yeah, so she's talking to her friend kids on the couch, and she tells them the unfortunate news that Big Brother Rob is not coming.
You sound like Moira. I have some unfortunate news, Alexis.
I was watching a video about like mid-Atlantic accents, or like there's this girl on Instagram, and she's a voice actress, and so she talks about like the different types of voices that women had to use in Hollywood to get over, and she was explaining like the how a lot of voices were rooted in misogyny.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was so interesting.
I'm just a girl, see, and I'm going to live over here, but why? And or you had the ones who like, because I'm a sultry lady, and I'm yep.
It's super interesting. I was like, sick. Damn. Men are gross.
Yeah.
Regardless of decade.
AF.
But yeah. So anywho, she tells them that Rob isn't coming home.
Mm-hmm.
And like we called it a couple weeks ago, she didn't care.
No.
She was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And then Tenny was like, well, he'll be here for your birthday trip to Florida. She was like, oh.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And Young Quest is like, can I go play video games? Cause
yeah, I gotta go work. He's like, this gives me enough time to go work out.
He's
to
like,
the gym.
so I can fuck that nigga up. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, mood, young king, mood.
Yeah. Her kids are the most sensible, like most scenarios.
Her children are literally Black Mormon Weave Ladies' children brought into a different scenario that I am enjoying, actually.
Right. So, Cheyenne and Tenny have a little heart to heart, and Cheyenne is like, a little concerned that she's gonna lose her like quality time with her mother, which is valid. And of course, Tenny's like, no, you're not gonna lose me. You're only blah blah blah, whatever parents lies they give to their children.
Yeah,
when
but I'm gonna give Rudy Huxtable this. She is she's a good mom outside of, again, everything in the context of this show. She's a good mother, and you can tell her kids feel comfortable with her. They feel safe with her. They feel safe expressing themselves. And I really do enjoy watching their dynamic. It's comforting as a person who's getting ready to enter preteen-hood and then teenagehood. And I was like, oh, if I have a thoughtful child like this, I can get through it.
Yeah, Noah's a sensible human being.
She is.
Like,
she is. But when hormones come into play, they turn into whole different animals. So I don't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I do. She's a like a caring person, like human. Noah is so, and thoughtful, and that's the same thing that I get from these kids. So I do. But I do enjoy watching their dynamic.
No, I enjoy them and her parenting here. It's just, shit does change when
niggas come around.
Because it's not necessarily her losing like quality time, but it's also like this nigga got to get acclimated to us too.
And she was not wrong.
Like we need some time to get to know one another. Like, yes, I know this nigga through him watching us weirdly.
You must have been reading my mind, because I was like, as soon as he's done. I do have to put the disclaimer on that aside from her amazing parenting skills, I'm highly uncomfortable with that situation, even still.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's weird. Like that's weird, because then you're going to get into this location on phones. There's a great piece in Bustle about how the location based, like where you at or whatever the fuck, has ruined society. Yeah. Such a good place.
Yeah.
It's such a good piece.
Oh, I want to read that. Yes.
Yeah. Because they were talking about, because it talks about how you can learn about like way too much about a person. Like this person talked about like how they found out a family member was cheating. It was like, it's none of my business. There was like, finding out where your kids are going, and you find out some shit that you didn't really want to know. Well, like it was very interesting.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Because in the 80s and 90s, they didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't. So anywho, her mother Charlene come over. Charlene is a hoot.
Charlene's name is fitting.
Yes, yes. Tenny looked just like her mama.
Ooh, boots.
Like twinning.
Yes. I said, where have you been? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Charlene's like, she come over and she's like, you come over to see the kids or see you? And she was like, Bo. She knew she came over to be nosy and be on camera. That's literally what it was. So remember, the cameras are still down because Tenny Huxtable or And it's so funny because this Polly DVD is right in front of me. So I keep wanting to call her Polly.
You should.
Yeah, Polly.
If for whatever god-awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.